Okay, welcome, good afternoon or good morning to everyone out there. This is an EBSCO session on homework help, specifically for Oklahoma Department of Libraries. Thanks for joining us today. We do have two trainers from EBSCO. My name is Shana Ashwood-Viala, and I'm a senior training specialist with EBSCO. I also have on the line with us today, Lisa Jones. She is also a senior training specialist with EBSCO and has been with EBSCO for many years. She's hosted a number of the sessions that you may have already joined, and she is going to be my backup today. She may be adding some color commentary to the information I'm going to be providing, as well as helping to answer any questions that you have, any detailed questions. So don't be shy. If you have questions, please use the chat. If we have time, we will open it up for live questions at the end. We do have a short session today, just 30 minutes, so I'm going to get right into it. So just to recap, today's topic is reviewing homework help and research resources for your students using EBSCO. We are going to spend the majority of our time discussing the interfaces available to you, including Explora. There are many different versions of Explora, as well as the EBSCOhost interface that you're accustomed to. Behind those interfaces, we'll be primarily searching the primary search database for elementary students, Middle Search Plus for middle school students, and MAS Complete for high school students. But we'll go into more detail about the databases that are served up on those interfaces. We'll conduct a quick search and take a look at some results lists in Explora. We'll talk about the full text viewing options for PDF and HTML and the differences. And then we'll also discuss some special limiters within Explora, including the reading level or Lexile limiter. And then we'll wrap it up with a quick discussion of how you can, or how students can use their MyEBSCOhost folder to organize their research. All right, so with that, I'm going to jump right into your digitalprairieok.net website, just as a starting point to make sure everyone is accessing the resource. You may have your patrons accessing from here, but I'm going to show you how you can access it from the digitalprairieok.net site. From here, you'll go to Research and Discovery. And then you'll go to the Research and Discovery main page. I've already selected that, so I'll just open up that window. Now we're looking at Research and Discovery, and you'll see a number of different resources available by main topic. We're going to focus today on the preschool through 12th grade resources available, including EBSCO's interfaces, Elementary Explora, Middle School Explora, High School Explora. And then we have the EBSCOhost Student Search, Pumpkin Wagnall's Encyclopedia, and MAS Complete for high school research. And so these are all interfaces. And before I get into talking about the interfaces, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about the differences between interfaces and databases. So an interface is really what databases are delivered on. So in its simplest terms, if you think of Google as an interface, what is fueling Google is the internet of everything, right? And that's the database of the good, bad, and the ugly. We have our own interfaces here at EBSCO that deliver up our databases. And so we're presenting you with a collection of databases on an interface that is designed to speak to different demographics. So we're looking at all of our K through 12 interfaces that are designed for that demographic. And those are the ones that we're looking at here. And so we've got 6 different versions. We're going to focus mostly on the Explora versions, but you're accustomed to EBSCOhost. So I've opened up all 6 of these just to give you a visual of the differences between them. So starting with the Elementary Explora, this is the interface that serves the databases. What's fueling that search when you enter anything into the search box will be primary search. And if you look at the middle school interface, Middle School Explorer, pretty much same, some slight differences in the way the information is delivered. And then we have the high school version or the public library's version of Explora, a little bit more sophisticated. We also have resources here. The student search, Oklahoma has delivered up EBSCOhost interfaces with databases by elementary search, for elementary search, which includes these databases that are already pre-selected, so you can deselect the ones you don't want to search. It also includes middle search for EBSCOhost, and these are the databases for middle school. And then we've got the high school EBSCOhost, which includes these databases. So MOS Complete is the primary database for high school research. Middle Search Plus is the primary database for middle school search, and Primary Search is the primary database for elementary search. And if you're interested to know what is behind each of those databases, we do have product pages. And actually, let me reduce my screen. When I go full screen, it's hard for me to click through my tabs. So let me quickly not do full screen, but it gives me access to our product pages. And so, as I said, primary search is fueling the elementary Explora. And if you're interested to know what is behind the primary search full text database, we do have this product page for primary search. It does include some popular magazines like Ladybug and Spider and Highlights, Junior Scholastic, and dozens more. The content for primary search includes over 175,000 full text articles, 1.9 million photos, maps, and flags. And we actually have links to the title list for the periodicals, ebooks, and other resources if you are interested to see what's behind this primary search database. For middle search plus, for middle school curricula, we have full text magazines that include Sports Illustrated Kids, Scholastic News, National Geographic, and the Encyclopedia of Animals, for instance, or for example. And the content behind Middle Search Plus includes over 170 full text magazines, over 90,000 full text biographies, and over 55,000 full text primary source documents. And once again, you can access the title list on this page as well. MOS Complete, you'll find a wide range of subject areas for high school students, including 500 full text popular high school magazines, 210 full text reference books, 106,000 full text biographies, and 55,000 primary source documents. So these are the primary databases behind each of those interfaces. If you're interested, there is a website, EBSCO.com/products/research databases, where you can research the product pages for any of the databases that you may be searching. So just keep that in mind. So that covers elementary, middle, and high school Explora. Once again, there are more databases for student search. And then there is a direct search in EBSCOhost for Funk and Wagnalls, as well as a direct search in EBSCOhost for MOS Complete. So your high school students, more sophisticated search, they may be comfortable searching this interface, EBSCOhost, which is what we're accustomed to seeing, stripped of imagery, serious research is happening here. But if you're looking to cater to the younger students, they may be it may be more approachable for them to conduct research in Explora. And so just a little bit about Explora. We created and designed the Explora interface based on user research. And we found that the user expectations for students is based on their experiences, of course, with Google and Wikipedia. We found that students kind of struggle with starting research, that they are more visual, of course, and like to see fewer words on the page, and that their attitudes around research include feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, and sometimes even bored. So the goal with Explora was to create an interface that engages them. It helps them feel confident and motivated and productive. And so we are encouraging you to direct your students to use the Explora interfaces to conduct that research to help them in the process. So once again, it's an interface from which all of your databases can be searched. It offers a colorful, mobile-friendly design, as you can see. Simple search box is right here at the top. Easy to browse categories organized by topic, and topic overviews. So we have a carousel here at the top of the page. You can move the carousel around with the arrows to the right or the left. And then you have the topics at the bottom of the page with 8 topics, generally covering most popular topics you'll find in elementary school. And I do apologize. I am still working from home. My son is still working from home, and he is right now practicing band. So if you hear a noise in the background, in a faint background, it's because in the other room he's practicing his baritone. My apologies if that comes through in the recording. All right, so just getting back to the Explora elementary or the Explora interface, just kind of covering what you're looking at here. So we mentioned the topic, the carousel with images with recent topics of interest, and you can move through that carousel with the arrow. And these will be age appropriate topics and content, and of course the categories below. You'll find that when you move into the middle school, the slight difference here is that in addition to having these categories, you'll have topics, most popular topics within each category. So for arts and literature, you'll see Frida Kahlo and Edgar Allan Poe. Under health, you'll see topics for anxiety or seasonal allergies. So this information is updated pretty regularly, especially the carousel imagery is updated every few weeks or so. So it keeps the interest, and it's also current with current events that are going on or whatever is popular for the month for students. All right, let's see. Let me see if I have any questions in the chat before I move forward. And I don't see any questions in the chat and I'll just make sure that no one's in the waiting room. I do see one person, so let me go ahead and admit that person and give her a moment. And if there are any questions about the differences between the interfaces, let me know now before we move on forward. All right, I think she is in. All right, so let's move on. So one important thing that we have created on the Explora interface is topic overviews. And I'm going to select just a topic here from the carousel. Let me go back to the elementary interface. I'll select Joe Biden, for instance. We'll click Learn More to go to this topic. What you'll find is that Explora is equipped with topic overviews that will be at the top of your search results page. So clicking that Learn More automatically conducts a search. And we see the search results page here, very similar to the EBSCOhost interface. But one difference is that you'll find topic overviews here right at the top. And topic overviews are intended to provide a starting point for research. So in response to students feeling overwhelmed with conducting research, this kind of helps them start that research. It provides a big picture overview, and it points users in the right direction for their research. Topic overviews will appear in thousands of popular topics. For the primary, it contains over 2,600 primary topic overviews. In the high school, over 5,600 in the public libraries. And it includes citable, authoritative summary articles. The content in the topic overviews come from a variety of high quality sources, including Salem Press, encyclopedias, Encyclopedia Britannica, American National Biography, and McGill's Medical Guides. So that is what is fueling these topic overviews. So that's one major difference you'll find when conducting research and explore those topic overviews. All right, so let's conduct a search. I'm going to go back to the home page by just clicking Explore. And then we can quickly conduct a search by entering a search term in the search box. And so since we are entertaining Oklahoma today, I'll do a search that's specific to your region of the country, the Dust Bowl. So I'm just entering Dust Bowl. I'll quickly click search to conduct that search. And once again, you'll see in my search results, we see 193 search results, and the topic overview is also provided for Dust Bowl. So that's a great research starter if a student needs the support. You're accustomed to, on the left side, you'll see your refined results criteria. The current search is entered in the search box here. For Explora, the default is to limit to full text. So once again, it quickly gets your students, your younger researchers, directly to the information in full text form. It's just a very helpful limiter to aid and assist them with their research. All right, so that's going to automatically default to full text. Then you'll have the publication date slider showing you the earliest publication date and the latest. You can adjust this with the slider here. So if we don't want the last 30 years of search results, we can move our slider and I'll say maybe the last 20 years. It's going to automatically update the search results. And so now we're looking at 174 search results published between 2001 and 2021. 20 years went by very quickly. And then you also have your source types, so you can limit by encyclopedias or magazines or news or even primary source documents. So if your research requires a primary source document, that helps that student get right to the primary source research information or the search result for a primary source document. So also very helpful. And moving right along, we have a special limiter, Lexile range here, that is going to provide users, whether it's a librarian helping students with finding information that is in a reading level that is appropriate for their skill. That is where you can actually further limit the search results. So if you're not familiar with Lexile rankings, we call it Lexile rankings, it's really just reading level. It does provide the approximate grade level and the complexity or the reading difficulty level. It is based on Common Core. And you'll see that in the search results, it'll be a hyperlink number. If it's available for that search result, it will be listed as a hyperlink number. So this news alert has a Lexile level of 1420. And the higher the number, the more difficult the reading level, of course. You can see Dust Bowl down under 1160. We even have a younger or earlier Lexile level of 750 here with Memories of the Dust Bowl. And if you want to see what the Lexile chart looks like, you can click any one of these numbers in your search results, and it's going to pop up a little window that explains the Lexile reading levels by grade band, by age, the Lexile, as well as the stretch Lexile. So information is provided right there within the search results by just clicking any of the Lexile numbers in your search results. Okay, so let's take a look at the Lexiles. I'm going to go ahead and further refine my results under source type. I'm going to limit it to magazines and news. And then I'm also going to limit to lower Lexile levels for younger readers since we're in elementary. Explora, I'm going to limit to maybe the 900 and 1100 Lexile range. All right, and so that now takes with all of these filters, limiters, I've reduced my research results quickly down to 34. I'm viewing 1 to 20 on this page. I can sort, it's by default sorting by relevance, but if I want, I can sort by date, newest or oldest. I also can adjust the page, but we'll go ahead and keep it here. So we're looking at a good amount of search results. I'm going to go ahead and start selecting some of these. I'll go take a look at the Dust Bowl here. I can look at the abstract by just placing my cursor over this magnifying glass over to the right. I can click this to get to the detailed record. It's actually going to open up to the PDF. So if there is a PDF available, it will default to showing you the PDF of this article, and that's what we're looking at right now. We can jump to page 2 or 3 of the PDF. It does tell you the source here on the left. We're looking at the PDF from Junior Scholastic. The date is April 15th, 2013. We're looking inside this Junior Scholastic issue. We're looking at the dust poll, which is located on page 10. But if I wanted to see other articles for this issue, I can click right into inside this work for more. Over to the right, we do have options to add to Google Classroom, Drive. We also have options to print, email, and save to a folder. We're going to get into the folders quickly in a moment, rather, but just showing you that you have options there. Also, you have options to cite. I'll go ahead and open up the site. If you wanted to cite this article, it does give you the 9 citation formats available. So if your teacher does require a citation format, you can choose from any of these here, and that will be your citation format. So if they're saying, yes, we do want you to cite your articles and we want you to use AAPA, then you've got the citation right there that you can copy and paste. So some really helpful information here. If you needed to access the permalink to this article, this is the persistent link. You'll click that paperclip icon there in the far right column, and that gives you the permalink. So if you wanted to share this in, for instance, an email or Blackboard or Canvas, you can copy that permalink and share. Of course, the person looking at it would need to have access to EBSCOhost resources through Digital Prairie, but this is the way you share that permalink. All right, so those are the options on the right. We are looking at the PDF, so this is just a picture of the article as it exists, as it was printed. You do have another option, that is full text HTML, and so I'm going to go ahead and click the HTML option and just talk about briefly why you might want to view the HTML, because HTML does have some interesting options here for viewing or for listening to the article. We do have text to speech. So where PDF gives you the pretty visual, HTML gives you the 508 compliant option for text to speech. You see here, right in the article, at the top of the article under the title, you'll see the listen tool here. And if I click this, maybe you can hear this, hopefully.
The Dust Bowl. Contents. 1. In the 1930s, the people of the Southern Great Plains suffered through one.
All right, so it's converting that text to speech. This is really helpful for a number of different reasons, for 508 compliance, of course, but also it helps students with disabilities, people who are struggling readers, or those who are learning English for the first time. So these are our great reasons to point out the fact that we do have that text-to-speech option available on HTML, full text versions. All right, so that covers a lot of the tools that I wanted to focus on for Explora. Let me pause here for any questions that may be entered. Let me see if Lisa might want to chime in and provide any information that I may have overlooked before we get into folders. We've got about 4 minutes left, and I quickly want to jump to that.
Looks good to me, Shana.
Okay. All right. So let me jump into folders. So of course, you do have the option when you're in a session conducting a search to save your search results. So let me go back to my results list here. You can click that result list in the upper left corner of the result, and that's going to return me to my search results. And so I can, quickly look at the abstract, see if it's something that I want to save to my temporary session folder. If I do, I just click this little blue folder to the right of the article or the result. That blue folder turns yellow. And as well, if I come up to the top of my page in the blue bar, the navigation here, you'll see folder as well. And it has contents since I've added something. So I've added one thing. Let me add a couple more things. I actually had already added Dust Bowl. Let me go ahead and click that again. And as I'm going through this, if I just want to view the abstract to see if it's something that I am interested in, I'll just place my cursor over that magnifying glass. And then if it sounds of interest, I'll go ahead and just quickly add it to my session folder. So keep in mind, there are two different kinds of folders. Clicking a folder in the results list is a temporary session folder, which basically means that the folder contents, anything that I add to that folder, would disappear after my session ends, which basically means if I log out or I close my browser or after a few hours of inactivity, I'm timed out, then anything that I add to this folder would actually disappear. If I want to save my search terms or any search queries or search results long-term, you have to create a personal account in EBSCO. And so in order to do that, you can click the sign in link in the upper loop navigation right next to that folder. You'll click sign in. And if you already have an EBSCOhost account, you'll just enter your username and password and click sign in. And if you are a new user, you'll click create one now at the bottom of the page where it says don't have an account. Now this is a little different, a little different experience for users accessing the folder through Explora. Because we know that most users using Explora are younger users, we provide a COPA compliant registration page. So this is a registration page that does not require a user to create an account with an email address. So all it asks for is the user's first name, not last name, and then they can create a username of their choosing, create a password of their choosing, they confirm the password, and then for password reset, that's the only reason why we would ask for an email address. So in lieu of that, we provide a secret question that a user chooses, and then they provide the secret answer. They will click the privacy policy legalese here, and then they click continue to create their account. And so that's how students create an account. COPA compliant, does not require an email address. Now, since I already have an account, I'm going to quickly sign in as a user, returning user. And it's creating a MyEBSCOhost account. So this is a relatively similar experience across the board once you've signed in. Let me go to my folder. And I've already saved some of those search results to a folder. So I'm just fast forwarding just to quickly move through the end of our session here since it's ending soon. And you can see here that I have a number of articles from that Dust Bowl search that I conducted. And once again, I can view the abstract to see if it's something that I really want to use in my assignment, right? So I have coming over here to view the magnifying glass. I do have options to view the PDF or the HTML citation, and it is a folder item. I can delete items by using the checkbox for the items that I want to delete and then clicking delete. I'll just uncheck these. I can also copy items to a subfolder that I've created. So I did create some subfolders here. I've got one for Dust Bowl that I can move this article to, or the search result to. I can keep it here in my items and then also move it over to the same subfolder. Now coming down here, you can see my custom folders. I have a few folders, one on Dust Bowl. If I wanted to create a new folder to house my search results, I just click the new link here, and then I can create the name, and then I can move those search results into a folder. And that's a way that students can, over time, build their research by subject or by topic and come back to those folders to review the information they've saved. And that's a way to organize their research, whether they are in the library or at home. they do have access to the folder once they create that account. All right. So let's see, I think I have covered the majority of the topics that we promised to cover today. We are 2 minutes over, so I do want to be respectful of your time. I don't see any questions entered in the search, but if you do want to ask any questions, feel free to unmute yourself now. And Lisa, if there's anything that I overlooked, please let me know. I wanted to do a search in EBSCOhost, but I believe you guys are all familiar with how that works. If you are a high school student using MOS Complete, for instance, here go your search terms. If you want to conduct an advanced search, you can use the additional search boxes and fields to further define your search. And if you're interested in the databases that are covered, for instance, if you are searching in the high school version of Explora, if you were to select advanced search and you came to this advanced search page, if you scroll down, it will tell you all of the databases. So we can see that Academic Search Elite is being searched. Biography of Native North Americans is being searched. Book collections for elementary, high school, and middle school. Business Source Elite. So this gives you an idea of the types of databases, including Consumer Health Complete, all available within this version of Explora. Okay, so I don't see any questions in the chat. And everyone's quiet as a mouse, so I hope that this was a great session, that I've covered all the things you need to know about the interfaces available on the Digital Prairie OK.net site on the Research and Discovery page. All of your interfaces are available for your students to conduct quality research that helps them with their homework and assignments. So thank you so much for your time. I think we're going to wrap it up. Before I do, just want to jump over to one more page in my presentation. Just want to remind you that, oops, didn't want to do that. Let me just quickly click over. That we do have additional sessions coming up, and all of our training and support resources can be found at libraries.ok.gov. This is just a screenshot of the upcoming sessions. I believe the next session is at the end of April. But you can locate that information here at libraries.ok.gov. And so thank you. To learn more about Digital Prairie, or if you have a question for Arlene, we've placed the link here, libraries.ok.gov, and Arlene's address, arlene.paschal@libraries.ok.gov. And so thank you for your time and attention, everybody. My name is Shana Ashwood Viala, and we have Lisa Jones on the phone as well. Thank you, everyone, for your time and attention today.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.